what are the best ways to make value, and how do you gain profit? Yo, what's up guys, it's Rev, and in this Grand Piece Online video, I'll be discussing on how to gain value or make profit. And I can tell, I can confirm that this video is true because I've gotten 2 eyes from this shit, and like a mythic chest, and using that I traded up to PCC. But obviously I had candy cane and shit before, but still it was a huge help. But anyways, I'm going to be leaving timestamps down in the description, so if you guys want to skip ahead, feel free to. But anyways, that's it for the intro, and anyways, enjoy. So probably the worst thing that you can actually do is ship farming, and I don't even think I need to like make a whole section on it, but regardless, ship farming is probably the most shittiest thing you could do. Like, the drop rates for everything is so low, even if you have all seeing eye, like it's just not worth it in general. The only reason why I can see if you want to do this if you want to farm bounty, but even then it's still pretty boring because you can just like trade for bounty. But anyways, do not ship farm. That's the conclusion. Ship farming is horrible. Do not do it. So dungeon is actually like pretty similar to ship farming. You pretty much don't want to do it, and you want to avoid it at all costs because it's pretty shit. You're spending like 25 minutes, maybe even more, for a fucking suke, and even if you have all seeing eye, it's still not worth it because you're probably gonna fucking get a suke or like a kilo. Like, there's legit no point in playing this when there are so many better alternatives. Fuck, even ship farming might be better. But anyways, I rest my case. Do not play dungeons. They're actually a waste of your time. So next we have BR, and BR, it's not that good. It's only good if you're like, what's it called? You're bored of the main game and you want to try something different. Like, you just want a PvP with new fruits and new weapons. But even then, like, to gain profit, I mean, you're spending 25 minutes to half an hour on a game that pretty much relies on luck, because if you don't get like a Logia off spawn in Lucky, you're kind of fucked and you're not winning that game. Or if you don't get Rokushiki, because you're gonna get butt fucked by 7 different mirrors in the end game. But anyways, like, even if you're good at the game, I mean, you're still not getting anything because you're gonna die to a Mara in the end game. But BR gets a lot of views, so if you're a content creator, go ahead and do BR because it gets mad views. But anyways, if you're just trying to gain profit, don't do BR. Just don't. So Colosseum is actually a pretty decent way of farming for chests and like getting your value. However, the biggest downside to it is that there's an hour wait time, and also you need to be in a trio, because if you're not in a trio and you don't get top 3, then you're not getting the chest. So it's also good to have Venom and what's it called, the Cupid's Wand, because these are like meta for Colosseum. It's, well, for the wait time, you can also just have an alt account like in a private server just waiting in the background. So it's not that bad, but still there are definitely better alternatives. But if you're like Venom, then definitely do this every chance you can, because it's just a free chest at that point. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't really recommend this unless you had Cupid's Wand and you were Venom. But that's it. So you probably all have been waiting for this, and it's Kraken Stacking. So the only reason why I haven't put Kraken Stacking like as number 1 is because if you don't have all seeing eye, it's not really worth it. Not only this, but there's also so many other steps to start Kraken Stacking. For example, you need like 2 accounts, 1 alt account with either Pika or Zushi, and for the Pika you need at least 60k bounty to spawn a giant Kraken instantly. And for the Zushi, you need a hoverboard, and you need to know how to do the hoverboard glitch. I mean, that's not that bad, but you can only stack 3 Krakens for a singular Pika account. And so if you want to get like 9 Devil Fruits, you have to get 3 Pika accounts, and each of them has to have 60k bounty. So Kraken Stacking, yeah, it's a good method, but there are many steps required before you can actually like start cracking and doing the good shit. And also, not to mention, if you have eye, if you don't have eye, then it's just really not worth it. So to put the icing on the cake, the top spot has to be the factory method. So what is the factory method? All you gotta do is eat Suna, and you gotta be a rat and just kill the 2 for the MVP. Because when you MVP, you get the legendary chest. So why should you do this? In my opinion, Well, it's not even opinions, it's facts. Number one, you don't even need All Seeing Eye. So you, unlike Kraken Stacking, where you need All Seeing Eye, you don't need it. Number two, it's really cheap. All you need is Suna, an SP, and a Dark Root, and you can get so much more profit and just like get it back. For example, I was Pika before, but then when I learned about this method, I just reset that shit instantly in 8 Suna, and I got that back like times 30, bro. I'm not even lying. So, and I legit have like 221 gears, bro, cyborg gears. And if we divide that by 3, then this much, whatever on the screen is, that's how much I made from this, like, what's it called? This technique. The only downside to this, though, is that it is pretty time consuming. Like, depending on your server and stuff. Like, you might join and the factory might have ended. You might have joined and, like, it's stage 1. But that doesn't really matter because you can just AFK until law spawns and then you're good. But anyways, I recommend this out of everything. Like, it's just amazing. If you're broke and you need to get value, definitely do this. So obviously, I didn't include this, but I originally wanted to put it as top 1 because trading is probably the actual best way of getting profit and value. But the thing is though, I didn't include it because you have to go into so much more depth. Like, you need to learn about values and like flipping and like legendary chest value. Like, there's so much shit, alright? And I'm not planning to do that. So if you guys like want to figure out values for yourself, what you can do is go on the Discord and search for items and just look what people are offering and stuff and what they're taking for it. Or just look at look up a video on YouTube, because I'm sure like videos out there have been created for this shit. But anyways, that's it for the video. So if you guys did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and let me know if you want more type of content like this, or just leave down comments with your ideas down below, because I don't know what to do.